Smashing the sink. So much sink.
So today's lesson comes in the form of sink. I was umming and ahhing about putting this one up. This was the Blorenge just before the Pandy flight, and I thought, I might as well. I mean, we might not walk alone, but we always fly alone. So I thought I'd share. Here I am in lifting air. I'm not very high above the ridge, and I've had this in the past where I get faked out, pulled out into the valley, and then following thermals, which I don't then use, and I find sink, and I end up too low, and then I land down, or slope land. Here I'm looking right, there's a paraglider there, so I decide to go left, and it puts me in a world of sink.
Smashing the sink.
What I'd like to work on is gaining height above the ridge before going out and flying some lift in the valley. And to do that, I'm thinking about, I'd like to work on using the min sync of my glider more. And there was a talk that was done by one of the coaches here on the Southern Club, and he was mentioning that some people fly around with some brake on, which doesn't do anything, like just resting your hand on the brake. And actually the min sync setting is further down and around the ears. Now this is the Blorenge, and I decided to fly out because if you're scratching, then there's power lines close to the hill, and you kind of got to beat them, and so I decided to take the L on this one and GTFO towards landing. This brings up the second lesson of the day, which was not leaving sink that you're in. So here I'm doing really well, or I have done really well, and I found this thermal in the valley, and I've worked it all the way up to ridge height. So in a second I'm going to do a turn, and you'll see I'm actually at ridge height.
Oh man.
So that's like come up quite a long way, and then what I do is I get distracted and I end up flying away from it. So this is me just flying into, trying to center, get more lift.
I mean, that's the landing field down there. So we have height now. Oh, that was fun.
So I'm talking about the landing field.
So much sink.
And I end up in all of the sink because I've just left the thermal that I knew I had. If you look at my vario, and there's a little red arrow there, that red arrow shows my position in the thermal, and the red circle highlights 3 blobs of lift, one of which is 2 meters per second, and I just flew away from it. So the plan here is to, in the future, if I'm in weak lift, is to look at my averager more often, and at the same time use my thermaling assistant a lot more regularly, because there was definitely lift there. It was showing me that there was lift there, and I just flew away from it. Yeah, so that's my flight, and this is me coming in using my constant aspect approach, which I really quite like. And of course I landed exactly where I was meant to. Roughly. And when I mean roughly, I mean roughly. Yeah, so I really hope you enjoy these meanderings and these thoughts that I put out. Like I say, the Liverpool's famous song, "You will never walk alone," but in paragliding you usually do fly alone. So I thought I'd put these out and get some sort of feedback. Maybe, get you thinking about your own flying. And yes, I hope to see you on the hill at some point soon. Take it easy.